Okay, Deborah, great shoot again. Thank you. And then, so I have to make these movies quick because I'm trying to fly through them. So I want to say first, again, very clean, excellent job, great work. Shaking things up a little bit, 2 different backgrounds, a little costume change there, which is extremely flattering to her. And great poses. And also, I really enjoy that you're changing the height of the camera just ever so slightly because we have the slight psychological effect of looking down at her and also looking up at her. So that's really interesting. This one could be improved with a backlight. That's all I got. I kind of like the composition. It's a little bit, I think that you could play with it a little bit more. You can, this space up here is a little bit disproportionate to this space here. However, it's a really good idea, and a backlight would make this, if you put a light coming up behind her, a really weak one, it would make that really an outstanding photo. Here, you're having the same situation you were having on your last one, where her face is slightly out of the depth of field. The depth of field hasn't started yet. So, you may not know this. Let me tell it to you really quickly. Depth of field begins 1/3 before wherever you are finally focused on and ends 2/3 after. These units are arbitrary in my description, however very meaningful depending on the focal length of lens you're using, the aperture that you're using, and how far away from your subject matter you are. Hopefully you have learned at some point that all of these affect depth of field. So, we may be talking feet, meters, inches, it all depends on those 3 factors: your aperture, your focal length, and how far you are from your subject matter. So, remember that. Remember that your depth of field starts only 1/3 before wherever it is that you're fine focusing. So what we've got here is that her forehead and the tip of her nose a little bit are really out of the depth of field. Otherwise, it's a beautiful photo, and you've got that backlight that I'm talking about. It's awesome. And then this is perfect. I have no suggestions for this. This is a wonderful image. I think you did a really good job on this shoot. Just watch the depth of field because you're working with such small apertures here. Probably at let's see, you're 62, so you're at natural. It's not really. I'm surprised that she's out of your depth of field, but she is. Yeah, definitely out of the depth of field. So yeah, watch that, because we can see here that, her necklace is crisply in focus, but this is not. So just watch that. If you're unsure about how depth of field works, there's lots of great articles online that you can read about it. I recommend anything from digitalphotographyschool.com. I think it's .com or .org, but they just have great, really thorough articles. Very, very, very nice site. But I gotta go. Got to go on to the next movie. Really clean shoot. Just, boy, if you could just fix the depth of field problem, these images would all be flawless. I'd have no more, we'd just be talking creativity, because you clearly are understanding your lights. You just need to work a little bit with your camera, and then we're going to be able to talk exclusively about your creative process. Okay, thanks, Deborah. This is good to look at.